Slayers, my name is Briella and welcome to Slay Masters, the best place for beauty, community, and self-expression. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do these amazing, effortless, no heat beach waves. All you have to do is put your hair in 2 braids and go to sleep. It's as easy as that. For this style, you are going to need a tail comb, 2 hair ties, a brush. This is my Tangle Teaser from Amazon. Leave-in conditioner. This is Ella Fury Miracle Treatment. A serum. This is Olaplex No. 7 Bonding Oil. And a spray bottle. I like to do this style on day 2 hair because day 1, when it's freshly washed, if it's like soaking wet and you put your hair in 2 braids before bed, it might not dry all the way by the next day. And if you pull those braids out and you still have moisture in your hair, it's not good because your hair is either going to get super frizzy because it's not fully dried, or the waves that are in your hair are actually going to fall out. So you want to make sure that your hair is fully dry when you start this. This style is great for all hair types because if your hair is straighter and smooth and silky naturally, then this is actually going to add a lot of texture and a lot of volume, okay? But if your hair is a little bit more on the curly side, a little bit more on the frizzy side, a little bit more coarser, that's fine too because this is going to smooth it out and it's going to define your hair really, really nicely and give it more of a beachy effect as opposed to more of a curly effect. You never want to style your hair, whether it's heat or no heat, exactly where your part is if you want a little bit of height in the front. It just doesn't make any sense because what you're going to do when you do that is just pull your hair down and it's going to be flat and stuck to your head. Not cute. You want to always over direct. All right, so I'm going to part my hair on this side to make sure I get that height. And then when I'm right here, I'm actually going to slant my part and put it back in the middle, as you can see, because I want to make sure my hair is pretty even on both sides. Then I'm going to split that down the back. See, doesn't have to be perfect, but pretty split down the back. And I'm just going to tie this out of the way. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, spray your hair with a little bit of water. Don't want to go crazy. Just a little bit of moisture, okay? Then I'm going to take my leave-in conditioner, do like 2 pumps. You don't have to go crazy, but you just want to add, it smells so good. Now this leave-in conditioner is just going to keep your hair from getting frizzy, and it's going to keep your hair nice and smooth. Now, if your hair is straight, like I'm talking super silky straight, no body whatsoever, you don't need to use a leave-in conditioner. I would actually suggest using a sea salt spray because that's going to give your hair a little bit more grit and a little bit more texture. Last step for prepping, 2-3 drops of oil. Now that oil is mostly on the ends. This smells so good too. Now, I want you to wash your hands because I don't want to get any of this oil all up in here. These braids can either be a Dutch braid or it can be a regular French braid. Either or is fine, it doesn't matter. Now I like to go on an angle like here, but you can go straight down if you want. But when you start here, you get a little bit more texture right here as opposed to if you started here, you'd be pulling from this part and you wouldn't get as much movement. So I want to start right here to make sure I get movement. Also, right here, I don't care as much because that's more towards the back. But right here, like I said, I want that movement. I'm just doing a regular French braid, but you can most certainly do a Dutch braid, a rope braid, any sort of French braid that you know that's going to get your hair all together. It's a little fuzzy, but that's okay. All right, so when you get to about here, you can leave as much out or as little out as you want. That's how much I'm leaving. Now remember, the only reason why my part is crazy crooked right now is because I'm over directing, because I like to part on this side, okay? So remember to over direct to make sure you get volume, because if you don't, your hair is gonna be stuck to your head. Do the other side. All right, guys, I know it's not the most perfect French braids you've ever seen in your life, but that's okay, because like I said, we are just doing this for the sake of our heatless beach wave style. What's really awesome is tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna have a head full of nicely defined waves. So I will see you little slayers in the AM. Good morning, slayers. I have slept all night with these cute little braids, and obviously they are a little bit fuzzy, but that's okay because we're taking them out, right? Okay, so let's get into it. So you're gonna fluff it around. I'm putting it back to where I usually part it. So you wanna go in and you wanna part it where you normally part it. And do you see how I have that height right there? It's not flat to my face. That's from the over direction. Now, sometimes you can go in and use your comb to tease a little bit, but because we over directed, I don't think that we need to do that. But I will, just a little bit to show you. And there you have it. Heatless beach waves. Your hair should be shiny and still silky from the leave-in conditioner. If you use the texture spray, it's not going to be as silky, but that's okay because my straight hair girls out there, you were more so doing it for the texture, right? But right now mine is silky. You don't always have to use heat just to get texture in your hair. You can do it the old-fashioned way by putting 2 braids in your hair, going to sleep, and waking up, pulling those braids out, and looking absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed filming it. Make sure to join our community, sign up to our newsletter, and subscribe below. Now go slay.